And so we continue in the Bog of Souls off in this here direction and whatnot. Alright. Hey, baddies.
Wake up, boys. Trouble is near.
You don't say. That's never happened before. We've never been in danger around these parts in the past. Right, I should pick a target for melee first real quick. There we go. Boom! Admittedly, they're more dangerous than some of the others. They're not the same old zombies that don't take damage. I really misallocated that attack. There we go. It does make sense to keep AoEing those people in the back. There we go. Yep, this will be cleaned up in a moment. Oh! I couldn't see past all the names, so I actually didn't see that one guy that was in the middle of our group. Whoops. Nah, you're fine. You're fine, Lightbringer. You're not in need of an elixir at all. Everything's fine. Little Black Dahlia. Add that to the pool. Hi. Okay. Nope. Mistake. Alright, I will use an elixir then. Fine. I meant to just look around and then rest accordingly, but I ended up walking into the group a little sooner than I meant to. Okay. Yep. Teleport happened. Cool. Love the whole group focus on this guy. Throw down an AoE that should hit both of them at once. Get a few attacks in. There we go. It won't last too long now.
I need healing.
The deep cut's great in particular. Very effective. Alright, let's greater heal on Lightbringer. Ow. Also. There we go. This will take care of you in just a moment. Deep cut is strong.
They had no honor.
That is no minor source of damage. They had no honor. They were all mercenaries that fought for somebody else and died for them. Have a little bit of respect. They're crazy nightmare ghosts now, and they don't really have control of themselves. But really, Cora, your zero context shouting about people's honor isn't really panning out so far. First you say the zombies have no honor, which was a dumb statement, and now you're saying that mercenaries who fought to the death for their purpose have no honor. I'm like, well, now you're just being rude. Shame on you. You'd be best to stop talking. Hey, slimes. You're usually not too bad. Explode before they start. Oh. Why is that not a valid location? Is it because we haven't started the fight properly yet? Probably because of that. Like, no, you gotta actually start the fight or you get in trouble. Alright, everyone focus on that guy. We're gonna make a mess. Now the entire party has AoEs, that's just nasty. That ends poorly for everyone. Well, everyone that's not in my party. Corin, come on. At least try to attack the guy. Who's not attacking that guy? There we go. Corin was just standing still. Alright, all clear.
Glad we made it out of that one alive.
Hey, chest. The Great Helm of Berserk. Gives you Berserk. It doesn't even say that it's damaged for once. It's just called a Great Helm, which is interesting. Usually that's not the case, I feel like. I don't feel like they usually are like, it's ratty or gross helm of poopiness. Yeah, the crude Great Helm right there. Well, this one's just straight up a Great Helm. We have the level, we have the strength. Gives me bonus stats to everything, but I lose Great Heal in favor of Berserk. I think it's worth it for the stats, if nothing else. I do want to prioritize stats first, and then choose our status effects after that. So there's a crude silver, and then a silver. So this one gives me 22 bonus armor and 2 vitality. Don't see why not. Alright, that's a good switch for you. Cool. We have a lot of two-handed weapons, don't we? That's a one-handed, but it's not the right type. Alright, switch over to Lightbringer. How about these bows? Are they better for you? Yeah, they are. Wow. These games really don't play around with upgrades. Whenever we get a new weapon, it's like, oh yeah, this thing is like 30% better than the previous one in damage. I'm like, whoa. That's serious. So do I want piercing shot or crowd control? Fire arrows at all enemies around you, dealing damage to each. Interesting. Fire a powerful arrow that deals damage to all enemies in a straight line. So I could shoot in a straight line or shoot everybody in the area. I like my AoE ability, so I'm gonna grab that one. It's less conditional. Also, weird use of the word crowd control. I could be wrong, but I think there's maybe other contexts that fit better, but in video games and RPGs, crowd control often refers to something that removes a specific enemy or multiple enemies from the fray for some period of time so that you can deal with their remainder and then move on to the character you removed from the fight afterwards when you've dealt with their friends. It's a common term used in like MMOs, for example. Like in World of Warcraft, you will like your rogue will sap one guy, which means he's knocked out for 30 seconds, and your mage will polymorph them, which turns them into a sheep, which is helpless unless somebody hits them and breaks the spell. And then your raid will then attack the remaining mob of enemies when like 2 or 3 or 4 characters are all removed from various types of crowd control traps. I think Hunters had something too. I don't even know if those strategies are applicable anymore, honestly, though, because I haven't raided in WoW since, what, 2010, I want to say, or earlier. So I don't even know what the modern strategies are. There's a person over there. They're listed as an enemy because they're red on the map. But I don't know if I can get to them. That can't be the Necromancer, can it? No, we're at the wrong part of the map entirely for that quest, I think. But if they turned out to be the Necromancer, that'd be interesting. Oh, there's another one over here, I think. Oh, yeah, out in the middle of the water. Weird. Maybe they have something to do with how bad this whole place is. Being all nasty.
I think they're very
Hey guys, don't want to alarm you, but I've got a lot of fun tools for dealing with you guys now. Here, let's send our characters in to attack the middle. Alright, crowd control. That's a lot of whoa. You see how much damage? See those damage numbers popping up on the screen at once? That seems awfully effective. Alright. We have a lot... Although it's hard to differentiate them from all the other numbers that pop up sometimes. I think it was working. We'll see over time, I guess. So our objective is just around the corner. We're getting there. Let's go ahead and heal you a bit. Another whole set of mercenaries. Hey, Corin, get over there. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you. There we go. Now blow them all up. The end. The secret is to repeatedly explode all over them. The end. Yeah, we more or less can just repeat that attack, I think. Seems to be working. Throw in a few deep cuts. Oh yeah. Oh, Corin is silenced.
I haven't felt this good since Corin fell in the pond in Radiance.
If only they could silence Cora. She's the one that likes to talk all the time. Oh, another dead mercenary. How convenient of these ghosts to have corpses nearby for me to loot. It's almost as if the two are connected. I missed a little thing on... Oh yeah, Silver Vein. I'll try to keep an eye out on my way back, too, just to make sure I pick up any I missed. Because I haven't seen silver yet, but suddenly they're throwing it at me in this one specific location. So it seems like a bad idea to leave any of it behind. I'm a little alarmed by these weird ghosts that are hanging out. I don't know if they're like swamp witches or weird ghost figures or what I'm supposed to necessarily think of these guys. But there's 2 of them now. Oh, hi. I guess now I get to know, because now they're attacking us. Alright. Everyone do what you can. Oh wow, they're actually not very tough. They don't stand up very well to deep cut in particular, I don't think. I wonder if that was proximity based or if it was the same ones stalking me all over the place and finally attacking me at the last second. That was interesting. They could almost be the ones that made everyone into monsters. Liam, is that you? I can't see a thing. One of those shadow things enveloped me and everything has gone dark. Gloria went on alone. I wanted to stop her, wanted to help, but I feel so cold. I'm the Lightbringer. Is Gloria far from here now? Lightbringer? That name brings warmth. I know not why. Maybe it's because it's called Lightbringer? It's pretty straightforward terminology, really. It's like the bringer of light. Seems like a good thing. Maybe you probably can see why it would bring you warmth. Gloria shouldn't be far, but use caution. There is a being up ahead collecting souls for some nefarious purpose. Oh gods. Why were we foolish enough to come here? A soul collector. This must have something to do with the necromancer. I'd better hurry and find Gloria. Go! I'll hold on as long as I can. Stay strong, Albert.
What can I do for you?
Wait, did you say soul collector? We might be able to turn this into our advantage. Soul collectors use a white ember infused phylactery that can absorb the essence of the living. If you can take one from a soul collector, I think I can commune with it. We'd be able to save a life. I'd be able to save Albert and Gloria? Probably not both of them. Albert's close to death. I believe it would take all the power in the soul collector phylactery to save him. If Gloria is also on the verge of death, you'd have to choose between them. But first, we'd have to face the soul collector. I'm not even confident that we'd be able to beat him. Oh, it's a bit of a life. That's a rough life and death thing to set up, huh? Hey, it's Gloria's Diary, Part 2. Entry 3. Albert is a sweet boy. He tried to offer some words of encouragement, pointing out that it's possible that they had just made some big discovery, or that they didn't think it was advisable to send back messages and treasures with thieves lurking. I know he's just being kind, though. He's as worried as I am. I can see it in his face. He did shed some light on the details Davy had conveniently forgotten. Davy had only gotten this trip approved and staffed by agreeing to fund most of it himself. If I wasn't so afraid that he's in a real trouble, I would kill him. He used our savings for his little field trip. It also seems that none of the light guards were interested in this kind of dangerous side work. Davy was forced to hire mercenaries. The gods know that the first sign of real trouble, these men are most likely to bolt than to fight. He probably paid them up front, too. That's why I managed the money. He may be smart, but he can be so damn foolish. It looks like I have no choice. I have to put together a crew of my own to find him. No one else is going to do it. I'll try to convince Albert to come along with me. He's familiar with the layout of the bog, having helped Davy plan this whole thing. I'm coming, Davy. Entry 4. This place certainly lives up to its creepy reputation. We are going to camp on the outskirts tonight. The bog seems to be oozing a thick gas. The entire place is covered in endless fog, which the sunlight, let alone our meager lamps, can't penetrate, making this an easy place in which to get lost. The ground squelches beneath our feet, and it's littered with rocks and scraggly bushes. It took us nearly an hour to find a spot dry enough to set up camp. No one in their group thinks it wise to enter it as it grows dark. We should be more likely to wander into a pool and drown than find anyone or make significant progress. I had managed to talk Albert into coming along as our guide. He's a jumpy little fellow, but he's been a good companion. He's certainly better suited for conversation than the mercenaries I hired. They are a motley crew of brutish, hardened men. Albert looks terrified every time they make eye contact with him. They were the best I could afford, though. I'm not too worried. I staggered the payments, so they'll have more incentive to stick around and keep me alive. Plus, I'm not exactly useless with a sword. Father made me train since I was a little girl. He always believed a girl could look pretty and still be fully prepared to defend herself. There's a lot of scum out here, Glor, he would say. No harm in being able to surprise them if they get any bad ideas around you. I used to hate those lessons, but I have to admit, I'm thankful for them now. Sitting here on the edge of this nightmare, I'm pretty sure these guys are the least of my worries. They put on a good show, but they're just as scared as I am. That's not great news. So Albert's the innocent person from back at the academy that helped set this whole thing up, and he's just as vulnerable, I'm probably more vulnerable than she is. He was the person that was supposed to stay back and chronicle things. There, that's her, and that's probably the corpse of the person they came here to find. I'm gonna carefully go around her for a moment and go for the chest, just to clean up a few things real quick. Hello? Whoa. Major Dexterity Ring of Opportunity. So replace Quick Breather with Attack of Opportunity, 6 Dexterity. Studded Leather Armor with the Quake also seems good. Fine Silver Rod Recipe. Those all seem handy to me. Alright, so my ring. I have Quick Breather, increases your dodge chance, and dodging attack will replenish energy. I can replace that with when your target dies, deal damage to another nearby. Ooh, that seems neat. Attack of opportunity. Okay. But also dexterity pass increase is noteworthy on its own. How about that armor I just found? Studded leather armor. Yep. Bonus dexterity, strength, intellect, and vitality. Wait. Of the Quake. Is that exactly what I'm wearing right now? Yep. That's an exact copy of the equipment I'm already wearing at this exact moment. Because of course it is. Alright. That's fine. There she is. Gloria. There's Diary Part 3. So she's just as bad off, I'm sure. And I think the moment I try to talk to her, we'll probably get attacked. So let's read the diary. Entry 5. This place is awful. Why did he want to come to this hell? From the moment we entered, things started to feel off. At first we heard whispers, but the further into the bog we went, the louder the voices became. Then the spectral shapes appeared. They looked like gaunt shadows, always at the distance, always watching. It's putting the group on edge. There's talk of turning back, but I managed to quell that by threat of non-payment. I'm not sure how much longer that will work, though. So far, we have found very little evidence of Davy's group passing through here. There are remnants of campfires, but we don't know how recent they are. Everything here seems to decay faster than usual. We have no choice but to move deeper into the bog. Weirdly enough, there's almost like a contradiction there, which is that dealing with bogs and stuff like that, they're actually infamous for making stuff last an unusually long time. People who die in bogs, in many cases, have their bodies preserved to an almost weird extent because there's such a lack of oxygen in these environments, especially once you're inside the bog itself, that people find these ancient bodies that still have skin and muscle and everything, like they're like mummified full remains, even though they just died out here in the middle of nowhere, where you'd expect like a full skeleton or something, or not even that necessarily. The footing is becoming more unsure. We decide to stop after Albert fell in a pool. The poor boy is shivering and mumbling about feeling hands grasping at him in the water. He says it felt like they were trying to keep him there. The worst part, though, is the cold. It's midsummer, and the temperature keeps dropping as we go further. With any luck, we'll get some sleep. This cold and fog will break, and we'll find Davy and get the hell out of here. Entry 6. The mercenaries abandoned us, bastards. It started with when a couple of them went missing in the middle of the night. No one knows what happened. Perhaps they wandered off to relieve themselves and fell in a pool or something. That spooked the rest of them. Then, a few hours later, the screaming started. A high-pitched wail coming from all around us. That was enough to break them. Albert was basically dissolved into tears. He doesn't want to stay here, but he also doesn't want to try and leave alone. I'm not leaving. Not yet. I'm not letting this damned bog scare me off. I'm finding Davy no matter what. I don't have much hope left for finding him alive, but I have enough to keep going. He may be a reckless idiot, but he's all I have. Albert, in between crying jags, says we're near the center of the bog. The fog is certainly thickest here. It seems to be emanating from somewhere close by. Maybe if we find the source, we'll find Davy. Entry 7. The soul collectors are real. We saw one of them with our own eyes. He had captured one of the mercenaries. He looked like a skeleton, shrouded in black, covered in chains and towering above us. He pulled out what looked like a white ember and sucked the soul right out of the man's body. This whitish, transparent version of him rose right up and was pulled into the white ember. I wonder if the soul collector took Davy. We have to be close now. Poor Albert is basically catatonic, just gibbering to himself, jumping at every little sound. We followed the soul collector back to his camp. He's the one creating this fog. When night falls, I'm going to sneak in and see if I can find any evidence of Davy and his group. If I don't write in this diary again, well, then you'll know why. Hopefully my soul will find Davy's in the afterlife. That's some commitment, isn't it? Impressive. Too late. I was too late. Davy fought. He held on for so long, but that monster drained him. Then me. Poor Davy. Poor Albert. All dead because of me. Albert is still alive, but barely. There is still a chance for someone to walk out of this alive. Then let it be Albert. That poor boy is only out of here of loyalty to my husband. He's so young. Save him. Just let me stay by Davy's side a while longer. I don't have much time left. If you won't be saved, let me return this to you. A mercenary named Liam took it. He wanted it returned. My ring. I thought I lost it when my pack ripped. I can't believe he took it. Hiring mercenaries was never a good idea. Thank you, friend. Now get out of here before that evil being shows up, and tell Albert to live a long life for both of us, if that is your wish.
Speak.
It surprises me sometime how redemptive it can be. The love your people for each other. Imagine loving someone so deeply, Lightbringer, she couldn't bear the thought of life without him. Please, let's defeat the Soul Collector and save Albert. It's the least we can do to honor her memory. We'll have to talk about it later. Prepare yourself, our enemy is here. Oh, so that's just flat out not a dialogue option. It's not a choice at all. She just straight up dies. Something ancient. Oh, I feel it in my bones. Your soul has seen many a year. Too many. You're impossible. Who are you? I am the Lightbringer. Returned to this land to save it from scum like you. Ha ha ha! I worked for a power greater than yours, Lightbringer. The necromancer's strength is growing. With these souls, he will become something greater than all of us. He will reward me greatly when I present him with your soul. You were welcome to try, but I've died before, and I don't plan on doing it again anytime soon. Your threats are worthless, as is your compatriot here from the rear. I can sense the fear in him. Who is that over there? Is that a new party member? Oh, Liam, is that you?
We've not been properly introduced.
Oh, I'm scared alright. But I had to come back. Couldn't face the gods after what I'd done. Let's kill this bastard. Oops, I accidentally skipped the dialogue. It's fine, though. A touching reunion. I'll be sure to remember it when I'm draining your corpses. I wonder if Liam's going to be a new party member like the archer we just got, just to sort of round out the party. That makes sense. We already have a tanky one weapon, one sword, one shield character. Then we had a mage. He could be our two-handed weapon character, and then we have a bow user. And then you have characters that fill in every slot. That's interesting. And now the fight happens. Let's target the side characters first. Do I have any control over Liam? I do not. I figure we should all go after secondary characters first. There we go. Just seems reasonable to me. Go for these deep cuts and stuff. Oh, Cora leveled up. When did that happen? I can't do that right now. Probably happened while the dialogue was happening earlier. When story was happening. We'll go for the next shadowy being. Everyone go after him next. Just want to take him down as fast as possible if I can. There we go. Liam is super dead right now, by the way. He's not doing very well, all things considered. All right. Do scorching heat. Deep cut. Oh yeah, he's just gonna melt in front of us anyway. He's not gonna last very long. There we go. No, I don't. We're low on health, but I'm fine.
Are there any more?
Is Liam dead? I think Liam's dead. Yeah, his health went down really fast. I don't think he really stood a chance. Maybe he's not a party member, I guess. Major Energy Amulet of Victory. Heal for a small amount when you defeat an enemy. Get health and energy. Also probably has good stats. Wizard's Hat of Cleansing. Elven Robes of Quake. Silver Rod of so a lot of casting items. So we'll pay a visit to this character for multiple reasons now. Intellect. She's level 12 now. Elven Robe of Quake. 1 armor, but you lose 2 vitality. That 2 vitality seems like way more of a big deal, honestly. And you get ground smash instead of scorching heat. Not really worth it. Wizard's Hat. Lose ground smash, gain dispel. Nice. That seems good. Also a bunch of stats across the board. That's the main thing, really. There's the energy amulet. Plus 10 energy. That's 5 more than what she has right now. I'm gonna go with that. She seems like someone that would need the energy in the first place. Look at the weapons. plus 20 average damage, lose concussive blast, but gain ignite, cause your target to spontaneously combust, damaging them and setting them on fire for 5 seconds. Pain. Alright, everyone's getting upgrades. Is he just dead? There's Liam. Yep, that's just a corpse. Brutal. He just up and died. I don't know if he had much of a chance either. He just seemed to be falling apart immediately. He has a crude weapon. Even his weapon wasn't good. That's bummer. Alright. Think we're good to go then, huh? Right, we need to go save the, we have someone to save now. But first, I'm going to rest for 8 hours. to break the continuity of this whole situation. He's about to die. We've got to save him. No, let's set up camp for 8 hours. I'm feeling faint. Is anyone there? I don't want to die alone. So you can keep it if you want to. That's kind of messed up. Maybe there's a use for it later, but it's kind of dark. Hold on, Albert. It's going to be okay. We can save you. I'm feeling better. I can see again. Oh, Lightbringer, you are a true savior. Here, take my lucky ring. I won't be going on any more adventures that would require it. Oh, did Gloria make it? Please tell me she's okay. I'm sorry. I was unable to save her. She has crossed over with Davy now. That is terrible news. I hope they find each other in the afterlife. They were a wonderful pair. You would have been lucky to know them. And now they're dead. Happy times for all. Greater Intellect Ring of the Protector. Level 13. Whoa. Is it good, though? Plus 4 Intellect and get a friend in need. Deal increased damage when somebody falls. I don't like that, but I like that plus 4 Intellect would be... That would take her up to 35. Wow. Alright, so we get our sad ending. She goes on a long journey to try to find her missing husband, only to die in a pile with her husband and their killer all stacked on top of each other. I didn't plan for that. That's a little awkward. But this bog seems to claim lives. Alright, so, with that wrapped up, the next goal is going to be to go up the other fork again and go after that necromancer.